Hi, so today I'm going to be making a small easel card. Still using Hocus Pocus from Echo Park. I've got this scrap of black Paper Studio cardstock here that I'm going to use as my base. It has to be small, you know, for my loaded pocket, at least thin. So I was thinking I didn't need a full sheet, so I found this scrap. So I think this width that I have going on already is going to work. I'm just going to trim it down. It looks like it was 4.5 inches, or close to 4.5, so we're just going to cut it there. That's good. And I'm going to keep the height. I'm going to do a little different. Usually I do like a square as far as what's it called? Usually I do a square finished card. I'm going to try my new EK Success scoring board here, the smaller one, instead of pulling out the big one. And see, this should be 8.5 by 11. I'm going to double check. It is, yes. So I should be able to just score this at 5.5, which is right here. If that doesn't work, then I got more cardstock. Okay, so that's good. Now for my base, I have to score this again in the middle. So half of that, let's see, if half of 5 is 2.5. So 2 3/4 should be half. I find this kind of weird that this comes out like that, but you know, because I'm so used to the Martha Stewart, and you can't pass that line. But I guess, you know, they're all different, which is weird. So that should be half. Let me double check. Yep. So this is the base of a easel card. So this part right here would be the easel right here. So this should fit. I don't know which pocket it's going to go in, but you know, it should slide in. It might go in the front. And I'm going to try not to get it too chunky. Try. Okay, let's get this back in. So this is decent enough. I just wanted something smaller, so that works. I never did find the smaller Martha Stewart one, so I went with that. Okay, so now we're going to get our scraps. I kind of wanted to use one of these, like maybe the witch one, I don't know. And I haven't touched this paper yet, so this one's kind of fun. Okay, so we're gonna pull this out now. Cut. I always cut off that little strip that's on. And what was my width again? It's 4.5. So we're just going to cut a 4.5 piece by 5.5. So I don't want to cut the whole paper. So I'm going to follow this ruler and just go down to 5.5. Okay, and then flip it this way to the 5.5. And then finish cutting that off. This way I don't cut the whole piece of paper if I don't need to, because if maybe I want this big old piece, I can still use it. Alright, so that's... How did I become short? What was my width? 4.5. What did I cut this down to? I cut it to 4. Alright. Okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to cut this down, cut off that 1/2 inch and just make it 5. I thought I had it at 4.5 earlier, but because I don't want to cut another piece. So now I just need a background for that. And let's see. Should I? Thinking of using one of my scraps that I have over here. I think I might have enough here. Oh yeah, okay, that'll work. Okay, let's try this again. 4.5 by 5.5, right? Let's see. Yay! Okay, so we got that as a background. And then it's going to get layered. So now I need to cut, because this is coming up, now I need to cut pieces to cover this back. And I think I'm going to be using this. Should be, nope, that's not enough. I'm going to use this one. Is there anything else? Okay, see, I'm trying to use up the scraps at the same time. That's not big enough. So that I'm not left with much. The only thing I haven't really used too much is the stickers. Alright, so I'm going to cut the same size, just a hair shorter. So let's do it this way. 5.5. No. 5.5. 4.5. And then I'm going to go back and cut it a little shorter. It's the wrong direction, but I think it's going to be okay. I'm going to cut a hair off. Actually, no, I'm not going to do that yet. I'm going to cut it shorter later. So what's going to happen is I'm going to act like I adhered this. Let's put that away for now. You're going to have this one space here, and then what you're going to do is you're going to cut and then adhere the two pieces instead of adhering it all as one. It just works out better that way for movement. So let's scoot this over and get my wet glue, or actually, do I want to use this or do I want to use my wet glue? I'm going to use the wet glue only because these projects are going to sit in here for a little bit before they get shipped out, and I don't want them to come apart with the humidity that we have. So we're only gluing this flap half, this one here, not this one, for now. And then we're going to stick the top cover, this one here. And if you got something that's directional, just make sure, I forgot my mat, that it's in the right direction, you know, up or down. Okay, and I'm just gonna, if I can pull it out, do this. I don't think I have any glue anywhere. So here's, like, you know, the base, but we're gonna cover that. We're gonna do that right now. I'm gonna close this up like this and then turn it upside down. And where's my piece? So this is gonna cover that, but we need to cut it down. So what I'm gonna do is, I might not need to trim it shorter like I thought. Let's just take a pencil and I'm going to mark where that midpoint is, and I'm going to cut that. So right here I'm going to cut this, and then I'm going to adhere the two pieces together. Around there. And let's see, before I put this away, if I need to trim any more. So that gets it here, there, and then that gets it here, here. You're going to leave a little gap so that there is movement and nothing gets caught. So let's just go ahead and adhere things down. So we're just covering that up so it doesn't look unfinished in the back. You just want to line it up. Oh, I think I moved. And this stuff dries pretty quickly. So I'm going to make sure it kind of gets underneath that seam there so it doesn't get in the way. Okay, let's make sure so far it's not in the way. And if anything is showing here, you can always just trim it down. Alright, so now let's glue. And if you got, again, directional, like if you were going to use something that was like this, make sure that you put the right sides together. Okay. Now I'm going to glue this one, because I think it's a little bit shorter. Okay. And this one, I'm trying to push it closer to the seam this way and not against this side, because this is the part that would get caught when you try to open and close. It would touch this and it would be in the way. So I'm gonna have to trim that a little bit because I was off. Let me just make sure it's dry. Use my gunky scissors. I think I can get in there. Oh, maybe not. It's a little hard. Right there. Okay, that's not too bad. Alright, so now the back is going to be covered up and finished. Okay, so now let's just continue. I forgot to cut a piece for the inside, which we'll do in a second. Let me just go ahead and finish this up. I don't know how my thing is like crooked. Alright, so we're going to put our mat down here. You can use dimensional tape if you wanted to, you know, stand up a little more. Don't want to do that? No, I don't want to get it too thick because I'm going to put thick stuff on here. You can put it at an angle. I'm just going to put it on straight. Okay, so we're probably going to use some stickers on this when I start to decorate. Alright, so let's look for a page to go on the inside. And maybe we'll go with something simple like this. I think we're going to do that. Yep. And I'm just going to mark it. I'm going to eyeball this. I want it to have that border, black border. Put that down, and let's see, I also got to put something to hold up my easel. I'm actually making this kind of simple because I want to embellish it. some spots. Alright, so let's just let that dry. So there's our inside. Before I go and decorate, I am going to sign the back, because I always forget that part, with my white gel pen. I'm just trying to get it going over here on the side. I think it's going. I don't know. I can't see. Let me use this scrap. Okay, it's sort of going. I feel like it's not enough. Yeah, okay, that's good. So we're gonna sign it, make sure it's the right, part. I never get my things centered. Let's just put a happy face there, just to even it out. I suck at doing that. But anyway. Okay, I think it's... No, it's not dry yet. Alright, so it's signed. And now let's continue. I'll pull out the stickers and see what we can do here as far as... There's a lot of stuff on here. There's a really cool flag. There's a eat, drink, and be scary. I like if the broom fits, ride it. And then the wicked. And then the hocus pocus. Trick or treat, spooky. I also think I might want to add this. So I'm going to put this, but I'm going to thicken it up a bit. It is kind of thick already. I don't really want to cut anything by hand because I don't have a very good... where's my dimensional tape? Here we go. Here's a small... I'm going to put this stuff on. And a couple of little thin pieces. There. That should be nice. Before I put that down, what else do I want to add on here? I feel like it's a little too flat, and I'm going to add a few flowers to this, but what do I want to do? I don't know. I'm just going to put it down. I wonder if I have a broom left. I need to put a broom in here since it says if the broom fits. But I don't know if I had used it already. I can always make one. But I have a feeling that I have one in my stash, so I'm going to look for that. I'm going to take a little break. But I'm going to put this down. I'm going to do it a little higher. Right about, yay. Okay. I'll be back. Okay, so I didn't find it. I think I used it. I don't remember. But I know I have a broom somewhere. But I found these stickers from Jolie's. I'm not sure if I have picked this up at Joann's or at Walmart. But there's a squirrel on here on a broom that I really want to use. So I'm going to add hot glue to this though, just in case. Okay, so I'm just going to put hot glue. Oh, shoot. I forgot I turned off my... Okay, I'm going to turn that back on. I think... I have a feeling it's not sticky enough, so I'm going to put this back on here for a second. While I get some flowers out, I'm also going to put some trim, and I also have this pack. I have 2 of these left, so I'm going to use one. I'm trying to use up my stash. You know, I didn't buy too much stuff this year. I bought some, but not a crazy amount. So I'm trying to use what I have already so that I don't have to store so much. I'm pulling out some flowers here that I've been using already so that everything coordinates, and trims and things. So what else do I have in here? For now that's it. Oh, and I don't know if I'm going to use these, but it might be too much. It might be a little much, but we'll see. I don't think I want to use this one. This one, I might do pieces if I use it at all, or maybe these little guys here. So these are from the His and Hers from Hobby Lobby. Okay, so let's put this aside. I think this guy needs a Google eye. Do I have that size, or is the other ones that I got too big? Alright. Oh. My feet are swelling up again. From my meds for high blood pressure, so trying to lift them up. Let's see if this is too big. Looks like the same size. And I'm not gonna be able to do this. I think it's too big. Turn over. Ah. Yeah. They actually had an even smaller eye. Google eye, but oh, maybe it's not too big. Kind of looks like a crazy squirrel. I'm going to put it on, but let me just put that to the side now while my glue gun's still heating up. I love this. Alright. Should be enough heat. Put this over. It hasn't been turned off that long. Trying to get it underneath the hat a little. Okay. It's a crazy squirrel now. Oh my gosh, okay. I just had to. So, put that aside. Let's get this going. kind of at an angle right on top. And press. That's a sticker as well, so. It's a crazy squirrel. Make sure the eyes are moving. Yeah, it moves. Ah, that's too cute. Okay, so let's put the trim on the inside for now. This is what's gonna hold it up, and I think so usually I make it sit like this, but since I made a taller one this time, I think what I'm gonna do is put several trims. I'm gonna do one like up here, and then sentiment, and then trim. So we're gonna do that. It might be a little too high. I hope not. Oh, forgot to go to the edge. Yeah. It might be a little too high. So, let's, oh gosh, sorry about that. Let's do that. I can't remove it now, so just trying to straighten it out. Alright, so it's going to sit in the middle. I said you're going to sit in the middle. Okay, now we're going to trim down here, and I'm going to use the same stuff that I used on the loaded pocket, which is this one here. It's got glue strands on there. And I'm going to layer a few pieces. Okay, yeah. Okay, I got the right side. And then I'm going to layer the other trim on top of that, and that should be enough trims. That'll finish that. Okay, so we got that down. and it will look like this down below. So let's see about flowers and trim. There's quite a bit of these things on here, so I probably can undo this and maybe just 3. 3 is a good number. Just gotta put my flowers down first. Okay, so we'll put these to the side. Well, kind of see where it's gonna go. I could put one here, maybe 2 here. I don't want to cover that berm. I've cut a couple of these already, so let's, or do I want to decorate the top? This little sticker doesn't really need to show. It's a little cauldron. So let's see. Oh, I have another package that's open already. I don't like to open packages if I got open ones already. I'll try to use the same type that I used on the like 3 there maybe. Just gonna stick with that. I'm gonna cover the cauldron. Cluster them together nice and tight. Okay. And let's add of these glittery ones. Glitter. I'm just looking for the glitters. Where are they? I think I'll put that one here. Okay, so now let's come back to this, and I'm going to cut off a lot of this. This is really pretty big compared to my clusters, so let's trim it down some more. I'm going to cut it down right here so that this is one cluster. Then I'm going to fix this up so I could tuck that in somewhere else. Yeah, that's going to be good. I'll put this one here. And I guess I could leave one long one and kind of, we'll do that. I'm going to do one long one. Right in here. And then this little guy, I'm going to trim a little more. And tuck it back here somehow. Right in there. So I didn't even have to use that many of these. Put these back together. Okay, so what else is there? I'm going to put a flower here to hopefully help keep that from doing what it's doing. I should have just put one of these trims instead. But hopefully this will help out a little bit. We will see. Looks pretty there. I don't know. I don't think that's gonna work. So I'm gonna pull that off and put something else. Yeah, I'm gonna have to put something else because I just left a mark. Ooh, what about this little candy? That's purple. That's too thick. Now I'm in trouble because I really don't want to redo this. Let's try and get this off here. Some heat. Let's put a little bling maybe. Okay, that's better. Okay. Back on track. It's a little spot, but I'm still going to put something there. And what? What am I going to put there? It can't be too thick. Maybe just one of these. I think this would be good. See, the sticky part doesn't come off. So if I put that there, would that help? I think it will. Alright, let's just do it. I should have just made it the way I used to make it. But now I want it to be different. And now it's giving me trouble. And now for this. I don't know if it's going to work out. Might have to stick it way up here. Probably too much if I put that. There's one way to find out. I'm going to cut this packaging and then see how it looks placed down. Yeah, I like it. I like it. And I'm not one for writing a lot of stuff in my cards, so it doesn't matter that I have a little bit of space. I'm going to use glue again, and okay. So yeah. This part is actually not sticky, the happy. So it kind of raised up, so that's pretty cool. It's like acetate. That's cute. Is there anything else that I want to add to this? I think it's done. It's simple, yet it's cute and fun. Now I need to see what bag it's gonna go in, because I have to put it in a bag, otherwise it's gonna catch on to things when you pull it out. But I left my bags out. But I think it's pretty much it. It lays flat. Looks like that when it's laid flat. Got my signature back there. So let's see which package. Where did I put them? I put them away already? Let's see if they'll fit in this one. I think this one will work. This is the 4.75 by 5.75 from Walmart.com. They do have quite a bit of options of packaging. If I order online, which is not that often, because I like to get things then and there, like at the stores, then I usually try not to order overseas. Oh, this fits. This fits. Just gotta maneuver these things a little bit. And it's in. I think I'm gonna trim that. It's gonna be snug, but I think I'd rather have it that way. Have it a little snug. Clean this up. So like I was saying, I'd rather order, if I'm ordering online, I try to order, you know, where things come from the US and it's not going to take a long time. Although I have ordered overseas, like Wild Orchid Crafts is in the UK, so I'll order then. I'll know it takes about 3 weeks or so. And Ali, they are cheap, you know, but it's, if you order more than one thing through several sellers, it takes forever. And I just don't have patience to wait for stuff. But, you know, it's up to the person how they feel, if they want to wait or not. I hate waiting. It's something that I paid for. Alright, so move my little doodad in there. Get in there. You were in earlier. Yeah. Except for the ruffly parts, it fits. And I can't close it. Oh, that's gonna suck. I don't really want to do that. Ah, it was so close. I think what I'm going to do is leave it and just cut off this. It's not going to come out. I mainly want it to be able to put it in without, you know, snagging on anything. So I think I could just do that. So let's see. let's see how that works out. If not, I'll just put it in another baggie. But this size barely fits in this loaded bag already, because I had already done in the previous video this one here. So I'm just gonna slide it. Do I want it in the front pocket, or do I want it with this? Whew, that is snug. I think I'm gonna leave it in the front. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. So it fits in there perfectly. Good thing I made that extra pocket, right? Alright, so there's my card. I already showed you how it looks. If I didn't have the trim down here, but I like to have things hanging, then I would have been able to close it fine. And since I needed to fit in here, I really can't use too much of a bigger bag. Alright, so we are done. I think I'm done making stuff for this, because everything else that's going to go in here is probably going to be store-bought items. So this loaded pocket is pretty much done. Let me slip this back in. I'll do another video after all the goodies have been thrown in. I already have paper clips made and stuff like that, so I don't need to do that video. Actually, I want to put one of these paper clips that is from Michael's, but I'm not sure where it's going to go yet. I think I'll let the witches be crazy. Witches be crazy. And I could put it right there. That's cute. I like that. Okay, everyone. So thank you all for watching, and stay tuned for the next episode. Bye now.